Hi everybody, Jeremy Frederick Gilchrist. It is 15th. Yesterday is when I found out I was born 14,897 days. So I was here on Earth 14,897 days yesterday. I'd been here. It's pretty cool because in that video I felt triggered to do it for all of you to share the truth. It was 97% on that computer, yeah, but which is, that can happen. I might just stop there all the time, but I had no idea it was 9:07 p.m., which is why I hit record. Yes, I wasn't dressed, but you couldn't tell, and that's okay. Because I believe as the world we're supposed to go to feeling young again. But anyways, at the end, I did not, obviously, like right now, I can't see the time. No, it was going to end, or I ended it after the fun part that Sarah, my wife and our children's mother, created from the beginning, which was 1, 2, 3. That's an I love you and sign. Anyways, the world, we need that right now. And I understand how mindsets can be, because I've been there. Jeremy, this is neat stuff, but we need to really, really think about exactly. And it starts with you. And I had to learn that. It's all, as Michael Jackson would say, you can do man or woman in the mirror. Woman in the mirror, man in the... It doesn't matter, right? So all of us deciding, okay, game on, Jeremy, okay. And you said shut your eyes and say me on. Yes. So I didn't intend, I didn't finish the 19-minute, 7-second video. And then to find out after, my brain just did it out of nowhere. My BRAINSOUL is what I'm sharing rules me. Then checked that age thing and found out it was 14,897. So 9 and 7 kept coming at me. Truthfully. And then it's funny because the whole thing of the .coms that my BRAINSOUL takes over and has got for this whole world to be able to share together and all the money and stuff, don't think about that. We'll all share it. Don't worry about that. But the fun ways for all of us to go back to feeling young, being proud that we're all here, and seeing each other equally and acting as if we never met before and restarting each one of us. It's fun. And yesterday doesn't matter, tomorrow doesn't, it's just today. And isn't it funny that in that video I said, Jesus calling, and here's a great example, is because in Sarah, my children's mommy, my wife, what stood out from the get-go was AA, meaning amazing addictions. And AA we can all wake up to every day. I'll give you everything I got. Amazing addictions that are now part of my 24 hours a day, and I can't stop it. And you get that through the Habit Factory, which is over there. I'll show you at the end. But anyways, and then her last name, it's so interesting. All of us need to feel young again anyways. And Jesus calling, hey. The story, whether you believe in Jesus Christ or not, the story is pretty cool, right? And anyways, here's July 15th. I'll read you the first line because it's fun. And I said if we were young, we'd say, I can read a page or two a day. Well, that's for the morning and that's for at night. But the first line says, look, do not worry about tomorrow. Crack. Now you know. And with that being said, how important are you? It's like you are one of one. This is why this is hanging up over my light. There's fun ways for all of us to be young and find our own personal ways of saying, I know the things that, my own little ways of how I could do things to become the positive person I know I am 24/7, not worry about money. And as Jeremy said, say bye, 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 bye to depression, fear, anxiety. It's going to take us time, but we can do it. I promise. Now, with that being said, and B smiles, yes. B smiles. It's a smile we all could use, and it'll be our new site, and that's 7 letters, 7 noise comes. It'll be there for the world to restart all of our news stories and think about your first page. And this is, I know, why the Social Network movie popped up in front of me. I didn't search for it a couple nights ago. And Mark ZUCKERBERG is one person. So Mark Zuckerberg, O-N-E, is 17 letters, and we as a world own that .com. But he's also, you can say it as a youngster, like I could also say one is O-N-E or capital O, capital N, small e. Or I could even say W-O-N because it sounds the same. Yeah, and Mark Zuckerberg won. And I'm proud of everything he's done up until here we are today. And he's one person. So Mark Zuckerberg, O-N-E, and W-O-N are both 17-letter .coms that we have amidst many. And I also know that movie came into my life to tell me, Jeremy, just like it shows he met Napster. And it's funny because that's played by Justin Timberlake, who I met years ago. And from his name, I take in time. In from his first name, time from his last name. And he will be in time. I know it because he's an amazing person. And he's already helps me with bye, well, him and NSYNC. So it's funny because in the movie, he meets with Mark Zuckerberg, Napster does, and then they go move the Facebook forward. Well, here we are now. Let's move this, because this is where all of our smiles will be shared, because all of us have that. Even if you're a person who I love equally, who goes, I don't like talking, Jeremy, especially as much as you, but good. I just want you to be you, because you are awesome. Now, if we're going to do all this, we're going to do it through like a Schoolhouse Rocks, kind of fun thing. And there's many leaders across the world that can do the same thing and say, don't worry about money. Let's not think about it. All of us are equal, right? Little Kings is what I wear because Martin Luther King is in my brAinSOul every day. Rad racing, it's a fun race. Meaning, like that reminds me, Jeremy, the race for all of us is to ride past fear, anxiety, depression, all these things, and never look back. Got it? And all this happens through a habit factory, which is what I call it, where we go into, and once we're in, you'll be there, I promise. So this is solely up to you who I believe in. And if you're in a position of going, you know what, I want to make changes. And know that 10 years ago, again, is where I started doing something like this, and it was all in, which is right, where did you go? Oh, right there. All in. This is short for the NEV. And you can say, as far as everything is, I own it. What I mean is, you own your life. Sure, if you want to say all those websites, Jeremy, there's dozens upon dozens that are 7 to 17 to 27, 37. Why? Because it just kept coming at me, and I felt it was, eventually, of course, this is something telling me to fear nothing and to move forward. And there are our two children I call I Win and Key, from letters from their names that come up. And then if they don't come in the order you want, then you can switch things, because little switches in our life and little simple changes are what will shift us, I promise. So with that, and remember, every time you see man, you could flip the W. See, it doesn't matter. It's little changes in life. You could flip the W to know that this also means revival W, meaning woman. You see, it's do your own ways of doing this, but it's a revival. And 2020 is the year. And emojis are awesome. And July 17th, 2002, and if you make the little change with the 02, it becomes 2020. That's Friday, July 17th, 2020. And Jeremy bURGE, and what popped up from his name, like In Time from Justin Timberlake, was the my from Jeremy, like mine, does the same. But then bURGE. So my urge is for all of you to believe, yes, we can do this together. All of us. And we all can say, as far as the things that create my depression, my anxiety, all these different things, I'm beginning to now understand that, and I'm going to stay away from it and say goodbye to it. Remember, bye. So with that being said, that's it for me. I hope you took something from this, and I always keep these up. Oh, and if you always want more, this is something that stepped into my life, and Staples, look, tap. Popped right at me, and especially because the first time I opened this after they printed something for me, they had no idea it was on the inside, and this is about you.